Hey guys, welcome back to another week of FetchQuest. Getting close to the end of this chapter here. It's been a while. Alakai, you want to catch us up?
Yeah, have a lot to talk about. So I suppose one of the biggest things we should get out of the way. We have a new party member. I suppose is the best way. I seems to be a interesting researcher in the field type named Fennec Unshia. I don't know if that's the correct way to pronounce that, but I'll go with it. He joined more to study the former party mascot, uh, long way, long may noodle rain. So, um, party, of course, was not quite in a receptive state. Damokos having been revealed to be much more aberration than previously indicated, and Zon understandably having some issues with that, presented an ultimatum of fixing that problem or not being his friend anymore. Lots of high stakes, but did some shopping in between there. Francesca and Zon going off and buying themselves new armaments and armors and a shield. Getting prepared for the fight and meeting back at the tower while Damokos and Fennec got introduced. And further confrontations between Damokos and Zon, which is about where we left off.
Yeah. All right. So, I believe we were in a mid argument between Zahn and Damokos, actually.
Actually, I recall that we had the argument. Zahn went downstairs and looked at some stuff, was joined in conversation by Fennec, and then,
I was running off to leave quickly to go get the bag of holding repaired.
yep,
Pretty sure
and
Because
we
I
were
forgot
Francisco was
about
about
it.
to tell
Francesca
a story.
was talking with Damokos and was about to tell a story
Yeah.
Oh, that's
to
right.
Damokos.
Yep.
So, go ahead.
So, oh boy.
Story time.
Yep. So Francesca's going to find a nice place to lean against the tower since they were outside of it. This is a bit of an old story that comes from Kel, but I think there might be some truths you may glint from it. Once there was a soldier, a proud and noble knight. Came from a relatively small line. Nothing quite remarkable about him. He was a relatively, shall we say, small man amongst giants in an age of heroes. And one day, this man happened to find a sword. It wasn't just any sword, he found it, some say, on the corpse of a great and terrible warlord, others that it was gifted to him from the gods, but regardless, this blade made him strong. It gave him the strengths of armies, the minds of a tactician, the keen senses of a predator. And with it, he began to win many, many battles for his order. Many accolades and many trials and tribulations were conquered with this man and his weapon. But with each victory, he seemed to lose a little bit more of himself. He grew paler, gaunter. His family barely recognized him, but he kept using the sword. Because without the sword, what hope could he have of helping his friends, his nation, his people? And then, one day, they found him in the midst of his hometown, surrounded by dead, and screaming that it had been the sword, that the sword had called for a price to be paid, and that he, unable to even bear the consequences, had chosen to give it what it wanted. Gripped with fear for what might happen should he give up his power. Now, there are a couple of ways this story ends, but I think the one most fitting is the one that I was told. The man, racked with grief, all around him killed, took the sword and cut his own head off, in attempt at penance. But the gods, or perhaps dark spirits he made a pact with, deigned he not be given peace, and instead entrapped his soul within his own headless husk. Thus, cursed forever to wander the lands, headless and ever hunting for battle, hoping one day someone braver and stronger would slay him and not take up the accursed blade that brought him to this fate. You're strong, Domicos. Stronger than I think you realize. Strong enough that you don't need cursed trinkets and parlor tricks from someone unknown beyond.
Well, that's certainly quite the tale. And I thank you for sharing that with me, Francesca.
Many people have good reasons for doing many things. Don't let it fool you into thinking that good will happen from enough evil soaked in, or that the burdens of that evil can be easily shirked with just the simple death to protect those around you.
I'll nod to Francesca. I sit up a little bit, look around, look into the tower, see if anyone is coming up. Well, we shall certainly find out the ending of this tale. But I think it's only fair that Zahn gets his ironclad answer to his question.
I suppose you are right. You are the writer of your story. I will recite it as best as I can to your memory. and she's going to go and slip into the tower.
All right. So, anything you want to do out here, Domicos?
I'm waiting to see. Waiting for a bit to see if anyone comes up from below or out of the tower.
All right. Gotcha. Anything anybody else wants to do before we go to Zahn getting the bag repaired? Okay. So, Zahn, you do make it into the city. It is getting a little bit later, so shops are starting to close. Let's see. Go ahead and throw a survival check. Let's see if you can get to a shop in time. Yeah,
No
easily.
problem.
You happen to run into. You happen to recognize the district that you're in, and what the fuck is this room? And go into a small needle shop known as Merville's Mysteries. They're known for doing small illusion spells on clothing, but they tell you that it's going to take about 2 days for it to be repaired, and it's going to be 500 gold.
I would have asked, can they speed it up to tomorrow for 1,000 gold?
Make a persuasion check.
Sure.
Sorry, my throat's been killing me. I don't think I could do a gnome voice.
No, you're fine. I just wanted to hand wave this stuff through anyways, so we can get on to the other stuff.
Unfortunately, no.
Damn. All right. I'll hand them 500 gold pieces.
Cool. They take it and take the bag of holding.
Cool. The empty bag of holding, by the way. There's nothing in it right now.
I figured.
1807. All right. Cool. Marked off. Still sitting at 41k.
Jesus.
We have a lot of gold.
Could buy a city with that.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, or are you heading back to the tower?
Nope. I'm heading back.
Cool. So, Domicos, you see that Zahn is approaching the tower.
Kind of push away from the tower. Approach Zahn as he's walking towards the tower.
You still got a day. I assume you haven't changed anything.
On the contrary, I've actually come to a decision on things.
Is that right?
And I feel it's only fitting that I tell you face to face in advance.
Okay.
You are right, Zahn.
I'm always right, Domicos.
We'll get to that. But in any case, on the morrow, I will return to the tower and we will tackle getting rid of this curse thing. The reason why I say on the morrow is because, for one, you, as much as myself, have no idea how this thing will react.
I'm aware.
And I would much rather have a friend who is well rested and able to handle things with a night's rest behind him, ready to tackle whatever may happen.
If you're too tired to do it now, you just have to ask, Damocles. I understand. It's not that big of a deal. But yes, you are right. We can do this tomorrow. I need to get my supplies first anyways, depending on what comes of it.
Yes, and in addition to that, there are things I need to take care of tonight where I unfortunately have to say keeping this for the night might have the unfortunate side effect of being useful. But if things go as I hope they will, which they probably won't, let's be honest, it's more off. We might be able to just leave immediately after the ball.
All right. I mean, I assume that was the plan no matter what anyways. We'd be wanted fugitives.
Well, not if you kill the queen, then you have to stay and get all that nonsense out of the way and all that. But
I don't know how
beside
much
the
history
point-
you're up on, but when a king or queen dies, they normally get attemptedly assassinated almost immediately after in the chaos, so we would be very easily seeked out as targets. So,
Well, I will still need to go to the ball, and I would be grateful to have you and the others accompany.
I already agreed to it.
But-
We would help.
The queen may not be our target.
What? 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 Please explain, because I am very confused now.
Queen will be a target only if she makes it so, but there's another that I think several of us have, actually several of you have all stated as the one that we should be focusing our attention on killing.
Your father? Is he actually even going to show his face there?
He most likely won't, but I'm going to use tonight to try and engineer things a certain way.
Well, that does change things, I suppose.
And really the only reason why we'd still be going to the ball is to make sure that he doesn't succeed.
I see. I can agree to this.
But it's all conjecture because I do not know how he will act, what he will say, what he will do, or if anything will indeed happen. So,
Of course. And we have the worry about, not having you get killed by this sphere tomorrow morning, so...
I have a feeling we'll be fine. But I would, before I go to the city, just like to leave you with something that I want you to also consider and think about.
Sure.
Total amount of time that you and I have spent going back and forth about this mysterious power that has been helping me for quite some time. It certainly has been helping us. And then you say, and I would agree that it has, or wants to use myself for its own purposes, to a degree that you've brought to my realization as unknown. It has transformed my body to something that was not always myself. And I agree, that's not necessarily a good thing, which is why I'm agreeing to your help. But you're also describing the host and what he has done to you.
I understand how that might seem like the same situation. But he has also not forced me to take anything. Or done stuff without my knowledge.
He offered and you took. You offered
Exactly.
and I took.
Your orb speaks to you and offers you things, changes your body, and you allow it.
It was more of a price to pay for expanded
And this isn't
power,
a price for me, it's more of a gift. One that only benefits our goal.
Who's to say the host won't ask for a price?
Until he does so, it's moot.
Just something to consider.
I understand your concerns, but we have no reason to believe him at this point. He has only directed us in a path that does lead to the greater good at the moment. I understand the concerns regarding him, and the many points that Kara brought up and when she was still here to say them. But none of them have come true at this point. We could have fucked off and gone somewhere else, and he would have said none the wiser, maybe complained or sent another servant of his to yell at us for not doing what he wants. But they never forced us to do anything. We meandered about for months, not completing any of the tasks that were put out for us, and nothing bad came of it. If he was really so inconsiderate that he wanted a price from us, or wanted us to do something so badly that he would force us to do it, he would have done it by now. But I understand your concern, and I will lock it away into my mind whenever it comes up again.
That's all I ask.
Now go finish your business. You have a conversation to have, and I need rest before
I
tomorrow.
have multiple conversations to have, but I'll be back on the morrow and we can tackle this problem.
Yes. Good night. And he walks into the tower.
And I walk towards the city.
Cool. Where exactly are you headed to?
I am going to my home first.
Excellent. So you head home. The familiar, tall, overbearing building stands out even as the night gets darker. You're home. What do you do?
I turn towards the first tapestry I see and just talk to it very pointedly. I really need to see my father now. Please tell me he is here. Or else things will not be going as planned.
There's a moment, and the tapestry rustles, and then the little side table near the tapestry, a little note is popped up on it. It says, "He is here, but no one's allowed in the master's chambers."
Tell him if he wishes to see his dream come to fruition, his son needs to speak with him. Things have changed and made things more difficult.
Hmm. Okay. So there's no more rustlings coming from there. How long are you going to wait?
I'm gonna wait for a minute, just to see if there's a response. But if there isn't one, I am going to just start walking. I'm going to walk up to where his study is, but I'm not going to go in yet.
Well, at this time he goes to his master's chambers, which are up at the very top of the tower. But also, a minute would be not enough time to get up there. You want to give it like 2 to 3 minutes.
I would leave enough time. Like
Okay.
I would definitely leave enough time.
Then, yeah, a little bit more time passes than you would expect the message to come back, get back up there, and come back down. So you're heading up.
I will start. I imagine I would be passing tapestries anyways, so.
Sure. So, you make it about halfway up, and then you make it about half. Sorry. Do you mind if I take a quick bathroom break?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Cool.
Wait,
let's
put
say
up the slate.
10 minutes.
Sure. I'll be right back.
So much.
You're back.
Hey guys, sorry about that. Cook your food all the way. That's a friendly neighborhood lesson. All right, Damokos. So as you're going upstairs, you actually meet your father coming downstairs, still kind of like tying a rope. Yes.
There's been an unfortunate development, which will make the plans at the ball much more difficult.
He kind of stiffens. His eyes look at you, and he kind of does a quick little look to make sure there's no one else around. Oh. You've decided to keep the throne for yourself, then?
Not that at all. It's more so to make sure that it still succeeds. After all, I know what the price is if I don't do it.
You're well aware. And your point is?
The point is that Zon has decided that after an unfortunate fight with an entity out in the woods just outside of the city, his focuses would be much better not here, and he is leaving immediately. Which means the original plan is now not going to work. And with short notice until the ball happens, it puts me at the unfortunate position of asking for your assistance to guarantee that this plan goes off, and that way you can get to the throne.
And what assistance are you requesting?
Well, given that, pretty much any of the people who are going to be accompanying me will most likely not be able to attend the ball. And you have resources that I can't even fathom. You would need people there who could aid in the fighting. Because let's be honest, with her guards, there will be fighting.
Well, Domikos, this is why I sent you after her. Apparently, she's now down to 2 guards. Who knows when she's going to refill her stock? She keeps burning through them. It's like 2 guards and then a bunch of squires or something. It's the weakest, most available she'll be, which is why we're doing this now and not waiting any longer.
And yet I have information that those guards are some of the strongest guards who have ever been in the palace.
Everything dies, Domikos. Kill it before it kills you.
I'm just trying to make sure that the success rate is leaning more towards you having the throne, so you can do whatever it is you want. So that way we can leave Teddy out of this. And so that way the Grey Castles can do whatever they need, because let's be honest. You and I both know why this was tasked to me by you. And it wasn't just you who wanted this done.
What do you mean?
It's not just you who wants the throne, it's Mother.
Everyone in Morath wants the throne, Domikos. Especially those who say they don't. I'm
Well, in this
offering
case,
you.
I only want the throne to be able to get it to you, because that is what you have asked of me.
I'm giving you a gracious opportunity to leave. I expect you to be able to do this, Domikos. Besides, you don't need them. They'd only hold you back. Consider this a father's faith. He's going to pat you on the shoulder and then turn to go upstairs.
It would just be nice if it was more than just myself walking into a hornet's nest. Even if it's just one other person to give assistance.
He's going to pause on the stairs.
Doesn't have to be an army or a group or even a squad. Just at minimum one, to know that someone has my back if there is something that I miss when I am in the midst of it. Or if I'm having to rub elbows with people, as balls are wont to do, that person can also take advantage of the situation that I am creating.
Hmm. No promises, but I'll see what I can do. And then with that, he goes upstairs.
I'll wait a bit and then head down the stairs.
Okay. So far, no response. I mean, if you're waiting for a response from him, he's
No.
probably not going to get a response to you right now. It's getting close to the middle of the night.
I'm just going to wait a bit in the main area, just kind of looking around, thinking about, making it look like I'm thinking about things. I'm going to leave my house, and I'm going to head towards the Queen's residence / palace.
Sure. So, as you head to the palace, you approach the inner gates and then have their moat surrounding it with a big drawbridge gate. And the drawbridge gate is closed. However, there is a watchtower right nearby with some guards standing around.
I'm going to kind of look up at them. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening. A bit late to be out here.
Yes, well, sometimes it needs to be late to get stuff done.
What?
I know this is going to be an impossible ask, but I need to get a message to the Queen.
Send a courier.
They're all asleep, and it needs to get to her tonight.
Impossible. Can't do it. She's asleep. You can seek an audience with her in the morning.
Yes, I know she's asleep, but perhaps there's someone still awake who can get a message to me, or to her.
Well, you can give it with us, and it may or may not reach her. It has to go through the chain
I'm
of
looking for
command.
someone a bit higher than you, Lot. Besides, you are busy keeping an eye out for unruly types.
Right. But, you see, right now there's only us out here.
I can promise you, if one of you has to go, I'm literally not going to do anything. I'm just going to stand here waiting.
Well, you see, waking up a sergeant, that's not an easy task.
Very well. What if this message was going to contain information that has to do with her ball that she's going to be hosting and about a potential danger that could be popping up?
Look, if you're trying, the assassin pretends to be a person bringing news of an attempted assassination, that's
Oh, no, I'm
not
not
going to
trying
work.
that at all. I'm saying I know there will be an attempt at the ball, and I don't want to see it happen.
We plan on
Now-
attempts happening at the ball.
This is probably one that couldn't be planned on.
Explain?
Go get your sergeant.
And they kind of looked at each other.
Or do you want to be the ones responsible for not getting information that affects the very ruling body of this nation?
Make either an intimidation or a persuasion check.
Persuasion it is. Fuck.
So there's a moment, and then you hear one of them call down, "Yeah, I think we're better off not taking messages from men in the middle of the night that are vaguely threatening to assassinate the queen." Don't worry, your brother or sister or whoever is not going to be able to assassinate the queen. You have a good night and move along, citizen.
Fine. Just know that I wasn't the only one hired by the person who I know who hired me to do the killing, and I'm the one who doesn't want it done, but there are others who do want it done, and I'm willing to give inside information.
So,
But if you'd rather not hear the information, so be it. And I'm going to turn and start walking.
So you're admitting to trying to do the assassin pretending to be delivering
No, I'm
news of an
admitting that there's a
assassination
plan in
attempt?
place that I know about, that chances are no one here at the palace knows about, because it didn't go into play until last night. And I don't want to see it happen.
Well, neither do we, but don't worry. Queen's bodyguard's got everything under control.
Is it true that there's only 2 of them? Because if it is, they're sorely outmatched.
There's a moment
And
of
I'm not
silence.
counting you lot. I'm counting her lot.
There's a moment of silence. Listen, I guess you're not really good at listening to what people say. We'll get the message up. You just need to pay us. It's called a bribe.
And I'm telling you, this message is going to your sergeant. Because I know how messages, even when bribed and paid for, can sometimes not get to where they need to go.
Oh no, it'll get right to our sergeant. Just 200 gold each. And there's 4 of us up here.
Look at something real quick.
If you'd like to roll an insight check, you can.
I mean, sure, I'll roll an insight check.
There's definitely, I mean, you've only seen the shadows of like 2 people moving around up there. And there's definitely not enough noise for 4 people to be up there.
And how do you expect me to get it up to you? I can't just toss it.
Well, no, we'll send one of us down.
Kind of motion like waiting.
So one does end up coming down the ladder. He gets down there. holds out his hand.
I know there's not 4 of you up there, but guarantee that it gets to where it needs to go. I'm willing to give each of you 250 gold.
Sure, I can get it to the right person for 250 gold.
Cool. And I'm going to give him a total of 500 gold. There may or may not be an extra platinum in there when they look through it.
Cool.
And I'm also going to hand him a note that is written out and
Excellent.
sealed.
Cool. So yeah, go ahead and send it to me.
Mhm.
And he goes back up with the gold. And you hear much rejoicing.
Just so long as it gets to where it needs to go, I shout out.
You get no responses from him.
Does it sound like they're actually getting stuff done, or are they too busy having a victory?
Well, they are on a watchtower on the other side of the bridge. They'll most likely, like when shift change comes up, hand the note off to one of their superiors who will then send it up the chain of command. They can't just leave mid shift.
Very well. I will head back towards the tower.
All right. And the group gets together, and anything anybody wants to do before a long rest?
Nope.
All right. Then, yeah, everyone goes ahead and takes a long rest. And you wake up in the morning. The sun is breaking through some morning fog. Everything seems so bright and cheery for the day before the regicide.
Go find Francesca and put on a disguise and go pick up my stuff.
All right.
Mm-hmm. I go ahead and I cast the seeming, recreate it as best as I can from the memory of what I made them look like last time.
Excellent. Okay, so you each head over, and you head over to the smithy, and this time there's somebody else kind of standing behind the counter. He looks to be a young, almost, I seem like right on the cusp of middle age. Um, he's very excited looking man. And there he is.
Oh.
And he seems to be waiting. Like he's kind of looking around, not really sure who he's looking for.
Hello there.
Hi.
I am here for a large pickup order that I ordered yesterday.
You were the special materials, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm Nolan Vikramos. I'm the smith here. I want to say I haven't really ever been able to use materials like this. I also want to apologize for the shape they're in. See, when you're forging magical items, it takes a while for them to actually set in. It takes daily work. So right now it's kind of like rough.
I see.
But if you give me time, I can fix it up. I can make it better.
All right. Are they workable now, however?
Right, yeah, they're workable. I just right now they're delicate.
I see.
The enchantment could be damaged. In simple D&D terms, on a critical fail on a nat 1 with a weapon that hasn't been fully enchanted, you roll a D100. If you get a 1, the enchantment is broken on it.
I see. Okay.
The process starts over.
That would be very unfortunate. I see. All right. Well, just so you're aware, I do need them, like, today. And
Right,
probably tomorrow.
Right. And it's not like they should break, but I would just recommend being careful with it.
I see. Okay.
Okay.
That's fine with me. I can bring it back after use, and you can continue to work on them as you see fit.
Perfect. Yes. Okay. So first, I got your armor done. I went ahead and made some spaces for the wings.
Excellent.
Second, I got you your rapier. He places a elegant, just simplistic, but elegant looking rapier down on the counter for you, Francisco. And he goes, okay, so this one I'm a little excited about. He pulls out, it looks like a half-forged greatsword that's more almost stone than actual, like, it's like unfinished iron almost, with a cool blue coloration on the edges. He hands it to you, and this is a greatsword. It is a magical weapon. It's a +1 magical weapon, and once per day, you can use something called concussive. And I'll just go ahead and post that in there. Oh, hold on. It's quicker. And that is once per day right now.
Okie dokie.
So,
Oh, there it is. Where the fuck is it?
yeah, sorry, Discord's lagging for me big time. The next thing he pulls out, it looks like the hand and shield that you requested. However, they are also in a rough shape. They seem to be glowing lightly. He kind of, as he passes over, he goes, look, I know this is rough, but I can give it more time. This one I call the hand of God, because, you know, angel skin.
All right, I understand it, albeit I might need a rename, but that's fine for now.
But yeah, no, I mean, if I can get enough time, I can get a sigil carved into that, into the shield front. I carve it with acid so that it's just a real nice, clean, just sort of burning into this into the skin itself. And it's I can just make these so much better if you give me enough time.
Of course.
Although if the enchantments do break on it, I will need, you know, the same material in order to retry the enchantment.
That might be difficult, but I can assure you I will be careful not to break the enchantment if I can help it.
Good. All right. So, you each got your gear.
Okay, so the shield was just a +1 shield, correct?
Yeah, it's a +1
Okay.
shield. It glows out. It gives a dim light for 30 feet.
All right. Can that be activated, or is it just always on?
It's right now. It's always on.
Okay.
Like as the items that he creates, and he can create a whole lot of things. This guy's a very talented man. As he refines things he makes, they get different abilities added to them. Some abilities get stronger, etc.
Gotcha. Cool. All right then. Thank you very much. Then we will take these and come back with them as soon as we are free to do so.
Perfect.
And I'll put on my plate armor and all the stuff, and then I'm gonna head out then, back to the
Excellent.
tower.
So while they're gone, did the other two, you guys want to do anything? No? All right. So,
No, I'm just waiting for Zahn.
cool. Whole gang gets back together. Remember, this is the last day before the battle.
Yeah.
So, I assume we're kind of all gathered together at the tower.
Absolutely.
So, anyone nervous for tomorrow?
Very concerned. But we have something else to deal with first, right, Zahn?
Yes, we do. Sorry.
Oh, are you two going to fight?
Hopefully not. Unless he's changed his mind.
Nothing's changed since last night with what I told you.
Then good. Let's see it then.
I'm gonna pull out the orb.
Excellent. In direct daylight, this thing seems more of an absence. Like someone simply forgot to draw in that part of reality.
Strange.
All right then. Now, I'm not the most arcane in nature, so remove yourself from it, I suppose.
I believe we've tried that in the past, and it seems to find its way back to me, if you
Right.
recall.
Place it down, and I will try something then.
Cool. Set it down.
Zahn will go over and cast Remove Curse
Cool.
on
So yes.
Domicos.
I thought you were touching it over. Okay, yeah. So you go
No.
ahead, you lay your hand on Domicos, cast Remove Curse, and there's a moment where it feels like nothing has happened. And then you feel you guys can almost see this sort of shadow being pulled out of Damokos and getting pulled into the orb itself. Damokos, you lose your aberration levels.
Cool. Let me just drop my HP by 14.
Got him.
Now he sneak attacks.
My plan. So, you still holding a disguise there, or is this the normal you now?
I don't believe I am. Does it feel like I'm concentrating on not having my hideous appearance?
Nope.
Nope. I am definitely not concentrating on it because that's basically what it took was concentration, and I don't feel like I need to do that. So.
Well, then good. Now there's the problem of what do we do with this orb?
Well, I imagine put it in the bag of holding, but...
We do not have that
correctly.
right now.
Yep.
This
Oh,
I
wait,
will
I guess
mention.
we do kind of have a bag of holding.
Oh yes, I forgot you have a bag of holding too. Well, would you like to hold on to our demonic demon orb, which may or may not be very harmful to have on you?
I mean, when you put it that way. But there's probably been worse things in the bag. It's gonna like hold the flap open. Go ahead. Put.
As you approach the orb, you notice that it's doing a slight roll across the ground, but it doesn't seem to be slowing. Well, I mean, when it was placed on the ground, it was already rolling, but it's rolling across the ground. Doesn't seem to be slowing. In fact, when it rolls over the grass, it seems like to be rolling more through the grass.
Is there a creature inside it because it is moving?
No, but best probably to put it inside the bag as quickly as possible before it rolls away.
I used Mage Hand to catch the orb.
Cool.
Stop it.
Yeah, catch the orb.
Just
Although,
even to hold it. Just to hold it. I'm not trying to lift it. I'm just holding it. Like,
cool. Yeah, you're holding the orb.
just so it's not rolling.
Right.
Oh. Scoop it.
Yep.
So
Push it.
as you go in and he's kind of pushing the orb through, you can almost see something in the orb itself.
Like what?
You're not able to tell if, like, as the orb is moving, the image is kind of getting distorted a little bit.
I don't like that. I'm gonna close the flap of the bag.
Okay.
Not going to deal with that right now.
I'll try on that.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. It's
What the
definitely not
fuck?
devastating.
Oops, I was muted. That's done. That done at least. Cool. That was a lot easier than I had hoped it would be.
That was easier than I thought it would be either. Also.
Kind of anticlimactic.
Sorry to interrupt, but Nico, do you mind rolling me a D100 for no
Oh
reason?
my fucking god. God damn it.
Perhaps we spoke too soon, son.
Okay. Keep going.
Well, now that we know you have that, also I kind of knew you already had that, but it doesn't matter. Would you like to carry a large number of things that we have that are supposed to be in our bag of holding, but is currently being repaired?
I most definitely told you last night that I could carry all the things.
Good. Well, I would
bag's
hope
broken.
that the bag would be done today, but they said it would take 2 days, so I guess we have to carry them some other way.
It is a magical bag. How did you even break a bag of holding in the first place?
One might say it was already broken.
It wasn't, but
What does that mean?
we had an item in our possession that we technically do still have in our possession. It's just on a friend, who I forget where she is right now.
She's,
It was in your house.
well,
Who knows
yeah,
where she is
after-
now that you fired everybody?
Is she still there? Yeah. Okay.
Well, last you saw, she didn't look like she wanted to leave, and it didn't seem
Okay,
like the
well then,
giants
yeah.
really bothered her.
She's there then. She has a very powerful item that we need to use to deal with our problem later, but we don't need it right now, so she has it. And it can tear through bags of holding. So yes, there's that. That's why we're also not carrying it, because reasons. I'm not good at explaining things, but this is what we should do now. Does anyone need anything before tomorrow? Because I have a large amount of gold, and I am willing to spend it to make sure you all don't die.
Yes,
What is
Zahn.
tomato?
There's actually a couple things I would like to ask you, but sure would want to identify it first, if we could.
I know.
Elaborate.
You know, identify.
I know. It comes with the territory of research. I have to know what I am working with. Right? I do know identify. I didn't have it for
She
a
knows
second.
identify.
I hope she
does
does.
identify.
They know identify.
I don't know what that spell is, but yes, go ahead.
It's exactly what it's.
Okay.
I don't know what exactly will be happening tomorrow. Things may happen rather quickly.
If
And
worst case scenario is still we have to follow through and go through with killing the queen, I will not be
yes, worst case
disappointed.
scenario. Now,
Killing
this
a
is
what?
just a blanket statement. A blanket statement because we both know that. Well, for one, I'm not going to use that anymore, but I do have an interest in a certain amulet that a certain someone was wearing for the sheer fact that it seemed to let her move around ethereally rather quickly. And I think you know what I'm referring to, Zahn.
Repeat that?
Sisters Metal's amulet thing.
Yes. Right. You want to identify that?
Well, if it's cursed, I highly doubt we'd want to use it, but probably
Well,
find
yes,
out.
obviously. I'll reach into our new friend's bag of holding without her permission and just sort of pull out the amulet.
Okay. So
Please
Yeah,
identify
you-
this.
yeah, it's like a little black stone with it seems to be vaguely in the shape of a heart, and it has a frankly disgusting brown cord wrapped around it. Looks like this thing has not been well taken care of at all.
Before I identified this, did you say we were killing a queen?
Oh, right. That's what we're doing, by the way. We're going to go kill the
Might
Queen of
not even
Morrow.
have to anymore. I won't know until tomorrow.
Yes. We may or may not be killing the Queen tomorrow, and you're involved now, so congratulations.
Promotion.
This country. Fennec's gonna sit down and ritual cast identify on the disgusting ass necklace.
Cool. So as you sit, magic flows from you. The necklace seems to freeze in midair. That you see you're twisting around and describing while your quill is scribbling down notes. You find that this is a heartstone. It allows someone to become ethereal, and it can cure any disease.
Good lord, why are you spending money on me? Get out of here.
And it's not a hag specific thing. Like, you don't have to be a hag to use it.
No, as far as you can tell, you don't have to be a hag to use it.
Okay. I don't know where you got this because, quite frankly, it's very disgusting. But you can use it to be ethereal and also to keep yourself from not being sick, if that is a concern for you, if you have a weak constitution. Looking directly at Domicos.
14.
Stop. Stop.
I had a 16.
I would like to mention that it lets you become ethereal once per short rest, and then
Oh, you can only do it once.
Once could still be useful.
yeah, and it's for a minute. Like you're in the ethereal plane for a full minute.
Oh.
I hate this. Please stop.
I'm gonna, like, hold it out. Do you want to take it, or am I going to drop it?
I'm gonna
back
look at
into the
Zahn to make sure it's all right, because yeah, that's how Zahn is right now.
Zahn has voices in his head that are fucking being annoying. I don't know, honestly. I don't think anything from her would probably be a good idea to wear without having it inspected very greatly by someone who can remove curses from items. Because
It's not cursed, right?
and
Actually,
identify doesn't show you curses.
How the fuck do you detect a curse?
You put it on.
You put it on, yeah, literally. You put it on, or you like have someone inspect it for like days.
Yeah.
I swear to fucking God,
Still holding it.
I will
like,
fucking
on the
homie kiss
underline.
all you. Please stop. I honestly, I think just throw it back in the bag. We can go buy some things to help you all if you want. Anything from that person probably is not worth the chance of it being cursed.
Drop it back into the bag.
I mean, she's also got a she did have a bag as well that you guys got.
Oh no, that one definitely not.
The
That one
sleeping
I
bag?
like 100% know is cursed. It's made of fucking flesh.
Not identifying anything you give me that's made of people flesh.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad idea too.
Cowards.
wanna have to
Stop
touch
giving
it
me
for 10
money.
minutes.
Stop. God. Yes, let's go buy some things. As I have a large amount of gold, like I said.
Did I at any point see that Zahn's actually a half orc and not an Aasimar?
I mean, it's entirely up to Francesca right now if I'm fucking ASMR right now.
Yeah, because it's up for 8 hours. Like, you guys aren't even like halfway through a thing.
Yeah. Well, no, you would have seen me as a half orc because you saw us right after the fight with
that's
the
true.
angel.
No, you were.
Or no, yeah, I was an ASMR doing that too.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah, but-
concentration.
Probably when you woke up at like in the morning. You would have seen.
Probably, yeah.
before.
If you saw me in passing at all.
Yeah.
Why do you look like this, by the way? What?
Because we are pretending that my family line is dead. Because we are about to kill a queen, possibly. And that seems like a good idea not to show our faces.
Yeah.
Very well. Items would be useful.
Potions, items.
Some potions could definitely help.
Yes.
I mean, any of the items off of our fortunate comrade could also be useful.
Alright. What did she have again?
I put it in the chat.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
It's a
in
long
the cast chat.
ass list. It's in
Oh.
cast chat.
Oh.
The only potion I had on me was that sticky fucking glue potion, though.
That we're not sure
Alright,
is actually glue or
she
not.
had the fucking sword piece and I almost just left it there.
Yeah, you fuckers! You fucking left me there.
Oh yeah, with the rune carving thing, I forgot that's the thing. We can hand that to the blacksmith guy.
Upgrade his skills a little bit, like
Mhm.
Diablo style.
Fucking Bisandral's no fuck. That's very useful right now.
There's also the, like the robe. She was wearing.
Yeah, but that was
I-
cursed. Winter
That was
That was cursed, and I'm not sure you
Cursed
removed
or
it from
friendly?
my body.
Yeah, also, yeah, we would have had to fucking skin her to take it off.
You could have removed curse.
But
Take
do
it
I
not
out.
worth
want to
it.
use a spell slot on a dead body?
For a cursed
Hmm.
item.
You
for a
let
cursed
Domino's
item?
keep his cursed item for this long.
I mean, that wasn't entirely by choice. Your cursed item wasn't causing problems. His was.
That's what I'm
Yeah, I
saying.
don't
While it
understand
is
why you
cursed,
would
it could be useful.
I mean, someone can take the
That's
bag of
my
infinite
favorite,
daggers if
yeah.
they need it, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. We can put the sword piece back in the box. Basically, all of this can just go right into the bag of holding and hope that it actually matters. I don't think any of it matters too much.
All right.
Cool. Let's go get you some stuff so I'm not the only one with good stuff.
All right, excellent. I'm really sorry, guys, but I'm gonna have to call it for tonight.
No,
Okay?
you're good. It's
Um,
cool because it'll get me to stop fucking getting things from people.
Yeah, I see that going on Twitch right now.
Stop
gotta
sending
give
me
you the
money.
sub.
I don't stream.
Yeah,
People are
so,
donating.
Hey,
Yeah,
level 4 hype
donating
train.
bits, tier
They're
1
at
subs
level
to
4
people.
hype train right now.
Level 4 hype train.
I didn't even know I could get hype train because I don't have very many people on stream. Give emotes. Okay, I'll get right on that. Actually, I actually could because I know someone who will make me emotes if I want them.
all right, guys. Yeah, just go ahead and send me a list of what you want to buy, and I'll send you guys prizes.
Cool.
And yeah, and then we have a potential big boss fight coming up. Or
Yes.
not.
Or not. I mean,
not.
it's gonna be a boss fight either way. We either kill this fucking guy who's obviously a powerful enough wizard or something,
What?
or we kill a fucking queen who's like a fucking 12th level rogue or whatever.
No.
Oh my fucking god.
It's
We need
gonna
to
be a
end this
rough
stream
fight.
before this fucking chat goes crazy.
All right.
fucking-
Yeah.
Episode 69 on next week, by the way.
Oh
Jesus.
boy, nice.
They're gonna
Nice.
have a. That's gonna be a rough one for them. All right. Fantastic. Anything anybody wants to promote?
I want
All
to
right,
promote
excellent.
not
I
giving
mean-
me money because I don't stream and I don't need your money. Stop giving me money.
All right. Then we will see you guys next week for episode 69.
Okay.
Nice.
Peace.
Have a good one.